Well, here we go. Muscles, Magic the Gathering Live. Friday Night Magic, by the way, on a Thanksgiving week here in the United States of America. I'm actually Canadian, but I've lived in the States since 2008, so been celebrating. Ate some turkey, ate some good food yesterday, and for the holiday, I am doing all things Magic the Gathering. All right? And I'm actually here tonight because I want to announce something, and I wanted to go to you first before I talked about it on social media. You are my people, you are my tribe, you are my group. And I wanted to talk to you about a new goal that I came up with. It's kind of similar to another goal I had, but it's a little bit different, and it's going to be really special. And I really genuinely want you to be part of it. So with that in mind, yesterday, me and my 16-year-old son were talking. He collects with me. He's like my right-hand guy. Hopefully he's watching right now. Beans, that's what his name is. If you're watching, please chime in. Tell me your thoughts on this. But we decided, we've been on the quest for 100 commander decks, all right? And some of the decks were worth like $3,500, some were worth $1,200. I had a couple of decks worth, I actually made a list, threw it in the garbage because I don't need it anymore. It's right here. But I had a list. I had 19 decks out of the 66 that were under $1,000. So I was talking to him about the value of our collection, the playability, all those things, right? And here's the deal. Playing Magic the Gathering for Commander is all over the place. Some people have some really high-powered decks. Some people have lower-powered decks. Like, it's why they have a bracket system, right? There's bracket 1, bracket 2. I don't know anyone that plays bracket 1, but fine. Bracket 2, 3, 4, and 5. We don't really play CEDH in my house, okay? We don't also really play bracket 2. Like, I've got a couple of decks that by default are bracket 2, the way they were built. But really, I just try to build the best decks I have with the massive collection of cards that I have. And because of that, I've got a wide range of decks. Like, if you look at my Urza deck, it's ultra competitive. Arguably my best deck is my Voja deck, which I've got right here. That's an extremely high-powered deck. My Chatterfang deck is extremely high-powered, all right? Then I've got some other decks that just because who the commander is, they're not that high-powered. Like, it's really hard to build a super competitive crab deck, hypothetically, right? But one of my goals for 100 decks was to have 100 decks of all different types. I want treasure. I want artifacts. I want elves. I want goblins. I want zombies. I want cats. I want all the decks. I actually don't have a cat deck yet, but it's on the list. I want slivers. And at first, I just wanted 100 decks, but I don't think that's that impressive. And understand, I'm not trying to impress other people. I'm trying to impress me. I'm a collector first. I've collected for 31 years. To put that in perspective, at one point I had over 40 complete sets of Magic the Gathering. I still have a lot of complete sets. A complete set front to back of Double Masters, which is like the crown of my collection, but I've got a complete set of Lord of the Rings. I've got a complete set of Kamigawa. I've got a complete set of Streets of New Capenna. I've got a complete set of War of the Spark. I've still got a complete set of Kaladesh, of Amonkhet, like all of these complete sets. But me and my son were talking, and this is long-winded, but I promise you it's worth it, and we'll get into some deck tech. We thought it would be cooler to put a number on these decks. So the goal is to not only have 100 playable decks, but when I say playable, they'll all end up different power levels. Like, if you want to play at a powerful level, Winota is always going to be a better commander than, say, Niv Mizzet. Winota is always going to be a better commander than, say, Jan Jansen or Kess Dissident Mage, although Kess is pretty powerful. Winota is always going to be a better commander than, say, Caesar's Emperor's Legion or Dr. Madison Lee. So we want to have playable decks. Like, when I build a commander deck, I'm not just slapping cards in there. I want it to be the most playable thing that you can do. Like someone from EDH Rec, like some expert would look at my deck and be like, wow, that's a really good built deck. This guy's smart, okay? So that's one of the caveats to this mission, if you will. But we decided to put a minimum dollar value in each deck. And if you were here, you clicked on the live, the minimum dollar value we're going to do is $1,000. Each deck has to be worth $1,000. So when I started this yesterday, and like I've been working like crazy on this, okay? I had to move cards around from decks and redo my deck tech. So I've done a lot of deck tech over the last couple of days. Like I've probably spent 16 hours on this, okay? Now, I only have 3 decks, 3 that are under $1,000. So we're at $63,000 decks right now. Some of them are worth way more. Like my Urza one, which has got a Black Lotus. You can imagine what that's worth. So, we have 3 decks that are worth under $1,000. There's 2 that I can't do anything about right now. My Assassin's Creed deck is worth $534, but it's Assassin's Creed only. I'm going to need to spring. I'm going to need to buy one of those serialized Assassin's Creed cards, okay? And then my Avatar deck is worth $700. And that's Avatar completely, Avatar in universe. So to get that up to 1,000, I'm going to have to wait till that secret layer comes in, or I'm going to have to really try to get one of those like neon ink cards. Like that's the best I can do. So those are the 3 decks that are kind of, oh, and there's another deck right now, Dr. Madison Lee, which I'm going to do some deck tech on. I might change commander. I'm open to suggestions, maybe change it to Jan Jansen. If there's another Jeskai type commander out there that you'd recommend building, I might convert it to that. Any other artifact commanders, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. But tonight, we're going to start going over what I call my powerhouse decks, the ones that are worth way more than $1,000 and the ones that really play well. And we're going to do some fun deck tech. So yeah, the March to 100 begins right now. Jacob, hi, I'm new to your channel, but I built an IRO deck and your channel vids really helped me. You know, Jacob, I got to tell you, that means the world to me. That's why I do what I do. I've loved Magic for 30 years. And I know there's a lot of new players in the game. And I know that it's a big learning curve. And listen, these CEDH players, these experts that have channels and stuff, I'm not making content for the professor. I'm not making content for Jimmy Wong. I'm not making content for Josh Lee Kwai. By the way, I love the Command Cast people. I'm not making content for Kibler. I'm not making content for experts. I'm making content for people that are newer to the game and intermediate and just have a deep, deep love of Magic the Gathering. I also want this to be the most, what's the word I'm looking for? The most entertaining and positive channel on the planet. There's a lot of negativity in the community. A lot of people cry about Magic the Gathering. It's really disappointing to me. But I want this to be the most positive Magic the Gathering place on the planet. Ooh, there's a Badlands. Nice. So that's the goal. So your comment, it means, what I'm trying to say is, it means a lot to me because that's my goal. So thank you for seeing that. Thank you for using the channel for what it's worth. I think that's great. And I appreciate you. All right, Matt? Finalizing Niv Mizzet and Luris to Dream Den right now. Hopefully going to order this weekend. Which Niv Mizzet are you building around, Matt Gill? Because I do have a Niv Mizzet deck that might help you, by the way. I think it's pretty good. I think all my decks are pretty good, to be honest with you. A lot of work went into them. So I'm not going to say they're the best decks you've ever seen, but like you ain't going to find better. Put it that way. So let me know, Matt, what Niv Mizzet are you going to be building? And by the way, if you are here and you like deck tech, smash that like button. All right, we are going through some lands right now. We have a Farseek, we have a Secret Tunnel, we have a Fierce Guardianship. Matt Gill, Perun, awesome. So you've seen, I'm assuming, I think I remember this conversation, Matt. I remember you, of course. But listen, man, I've been punched in the head a lot from fighting. Sometimes I forget some things. I think we went over my deck, right? On Moxfield. It's called the Wizards of Dark Smoke, reference to He-Man. It annoys some people, my deck names. I know, they're hard to find because they all have little pet names, but they're my decks, and I like my things, okay? There's an instant, there's a creature, there's a land, there's an instant, there's a land, an instant. Ooh, Calidus Assassin, there's a nice one. Edgar Markov Deck Tech helped a lot when I built him. Got to thank you for that. LDVCK, you are most welcome. Edgar Markov is one of my heaviest hitting decks. Like, that's one of my 8 decks. We actually, me and my son isolated our 10 decks that we weren't allowed to steal from. So when I went through this whole process of reworking my decks to make sure the value was more equivalent across the board, right? So like, let's say this, actually this is a perfect example. I'm working on the Cover of Darkness. It's my Assassin's deck right now. This was worth, when I started this yesterday, this deck was worth 3,500. Now it's worth 2,000. I borrowed 1,500 in value to basically farm out to other decks. Does that make sense? To farm out to other decks to make up the value, because if I didn't just go buy cards yesterday, if the value was under 1,000, I had to do stuff to pop it up. So I had to borrow from other decks. I borrowed from my Assassin's deck. Does that make sense to everybody what I did? If you want clarification, I can help you. So, this deck's down to $2,000, but me and my son isolated 10 decks we were not going to borrow from. They were untouchable during this process, okay? And they were Brea, Lathril, Corval. I'm looking down at them to the side. Kess Dissident Mage, the Scarab God, Edgar Markov, Chatterfang, Urza, the Dragon, and Voja. Those are our 10 like tier 1 decks. Then we have our tier 2 decks. And they are Rick Grimes, which is a human deck, Giada, which is an angel deck, and then we have Disa, which is a Lurgoyf deck, the Assassin's deck, and we have Olivia, which is the Outlaw Click. So the goal with the Cover of Darkness, I'm probably going to take this down to just over 1,000 and use some cards for future decks to try and build other ones up. Because I don't think the Assassin's one is going to be my A deck, one of my A decks, but we'll see when I build it, right? Because I do need cards for the future, and I'm not willing, I mean, I will over the next couple of years, but it's going to take me a while to fill this goal, and I just don't want to go spend a ton of money on cards right now, you know? So that's where I'm at with that. All right, so that said, let's just text my son to ask him what his opinion is. Okay, so I'm going to want your help with deck tech. Sorry, I just texted my son to ask him his opinion on decks, if I can take apart the Assassin's deck, but I'm going to go ahead and make the decision because he trusts me. Let's start working on this Assassin's deck together. So the other thing I'm paying attention to is I need 32 lands per deck, and not 32, 38. 38. I'm making all my decks uniform. That's another layer to this. 38 lands per deck. That is the number for every deck I am going to own. I'm going to do it with my Urza deck too. I might have to remove some stuff from Urza, which is going to suck. Maybe it's the one exception, but I'd like to have 38 lands per deck, okay? So, with all that said, everybody, we need to do some deck tech on my Assassins. So, let's get the Assassins looked at first, and then we'll start going through the land, and we'll go through some of the instants and the things. So in terms of Assassins, we got 30 creatures right now, and we got to go up in land. So we're probably going to take some of these creatures out, all right? First creature we're going to look at is Urtada the Silencer. It cannot be blocked, which works really, really well for Ezio, but it's a casting cost of 4. It's a little high. The overall mana value of the deck is 176. I want to get it down. So that's probably on the chopping block, okay? We're going to put that on the chopping block. This is an Ezio deck, by the way. Okay? Stronghold Assassin. 279, it's a casting cost of 3. I think that's worth keeping. Scarblade Elite, 249, a casting cost of 2. That's worth keeping. Mask Girl, Known Killer, 649 in Menace. I think that's worth keeping. Basim Ibn Ishtak, casting cost of 2, definitely worth keeping. I like low casting cost creatures, all right? Matt, I'm glad you're looking at Niv Mizzet. Bywik of Siwa, that is one of the ones that could get cut because it's got a big casting cost. Look at that. 9 in mana value cut already if I cut those. Not getting rid of that Secret Lair. Plus, Kelson the Plague is a really good card. It's worth $16. Collectability is important. The Calidus Assassin. Okay. Massive casting cost. It's got Flash. Great card. Its casting cost is 6, but I really like the printing of it. It's great for collectability. We're going to keep that for now. Layla Hassan. $0.79, casting cost of 4. Might cut that. Ramses Assassin Lord, not cutting that. Arbiz Mirror. Not cutting that. Olivia, Opulent Outlaw. Great card. I forgot that as a commander in another deck, though, so that might get cut. Desmond Miles. I think that's a really cool Assassin's card. Not going to cut that. And Hello the Painter. Might cut that, but it is worth... no, we could cut that. The Lord of Pain. That's a heavy-hitting card. Not cutting that. All right. Ezio the Blade of Vengeance. Not cutting that. Queen Marchesa, not cutting that. Royal Assassin. I can't cut the Royal Assassin, guys. It's just too, what's the word I'm looking for? Iconic. Ophelia, not cutting Ophelia. Vincent, Vengeful Atoner, not cutting that. Aya of Alexandria. Ooh. That could get cut. Cannot cut Noble Hierarch, cannot cut Bloom Tender, cannot cut Birds of Paradise, cannot cut Delighted Halfling. We need them for mana ramp. Mari the Killing Quill. Unstoppable Slasher. Great card. Altair. And Achilles Davenport. Okay, so let's see how many creatures we have. Matt, I don't know what your reaction was on the Monster Hunter Secret Lair delay. I'm mixed because I'm a big Monster Hunter fan. So Matt, I hear you. I'm mixed too. I really like Monster Hunter, and I don't just buy things for like just the raw value of cards. Like I've never looked at a Secret Lair and thought, oh my gosh, I'm paying $39 and I'm getting $50 in value, because it never really works out like that. Sometimes they end up more, sometimes they end up worth less. I thought the Monster Hunter skins were super cool. I thought the art was super cool. People were a little down on the choices of cards, but there was a Grand Abolisher in there, which I was super excited for. So I wish I just would have rolled with it. I think people in the community cry too much and complain about every little thing, and I just don't want to cater to these people, to be honest with you. I would have loved the set. I would have thought it was great, and I would have put a lot of those cards in various decks of mine and been really happy with them. That's my opinion. But again, everybody, and you know who I'm talking about, just negative. Oh, there's too many Secret Lairs. It's too expensive. I don't like Universes Beyond. I don't like Magic the Gathering. Like, stop making YouTube videos, dude. Okay? Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 assassins and 4 non-assassins. So I want to add one more assassin to make sure this is a true assassins deck with 20. So the question is who to add. And I think This is tough. This is tough. I think we're gonna go to Ertata. You're gonna keep it, okay? So there are our assassins. We got a couple potential cuts there. Now, it's a 5-color deck, so we're gonna need a Talus. Oh, we need the Brotherhood Regalia. It is on theme. All right, coat of arms. That could potentially go, but we want to do a lot of damage to people. Haystack Artifact. Let's see what these are worth. On theme. Lightning Greaves, on theme. We got 3 Talismans. Probably want to keep those. Commander Sphere, want to keep that. Oh, Ornithopter of Paradise. We want to keep that. Chromatic Lantern. Probably want to keep that. Arcane Signet. Soul Ring. Talisman. Patchwork Banner. Talisman. Swiftfoot Boots. Relic of Legends. Those are all great cards to keep. Okay? We could potentially cut the Timeless Lotus. Don't know if I need it. Could cut the Chromatic Lantern. Could cut the Coat of Arms. Yeah, Matt, people probably were expecting Ancient Dragon reprints, but I got a ton of those from Baldur's Gate. Plus, I'm not about Magic reprinting. You know what I wish they would do? Once they printed it once, I wish they'd never print it again. Everything reserve list. I would love that. Except for Talismans, Soul Rings, things like that. Okay, Cover of Darkness, that's going to keep. Rooftop, that's going to keep. Black Market, that's going to keep. Underworld Breach, that's going to keep. All right, just a useful card. Okay, now, Sink into Stupor, great card. Could use that elsewhere, though. Enlightened Tutor, great card. Could potentially use that elsewhere. Counterspell, we're going to keep that one in. Diabolic Intent, we're going to keep that one in. Assassin's Trophy, that has to stay. Desynchronization, that has to stay. Farseek, that's going to have to stay, but I'm going to have to switch my lands up a little bit. Okay? Dark Ritual is going to stay. Path to Exile is going to stay. Now we have these. Okay. There we go. Sorry guys, just paying attention. My son just texted me, all right. All right, everyone, here we go. Getting distracted, I apologize. All right. Who do we got here, by the way? Okay, so we're going to take some of these cards out and use them for later, okay? What do you guys think I should remove? Because I could take the value of this down a little bit and use these for later decks. I gotta be cognizant, guys. I don't want to take the value down, but I gotta be cognizant of the fact I gotta build more decks. So, and wait till you see the stack of cards I've got here to build from. Like I got a sick extra stack here. Whoa. It's actually kind of crazy, to be honest with you, like what I got. So, just to put that out there. All right, so we're going to take some of these out and we're going to see what else we can put in. We have to get some lands back in this deck, and I got to adjust the land base. I also got to put some staples, guys. Like, so let's see what I mean when I say staples, okay? Staples. First things first. see some staples that I'm talking about. That's a beautiful Plains. Cryptolithic Rite could be really good in this deck. Dark Confident could be good in this deck. Abrupt Decay could be great in that deck. Gifts Ungiven, I'm going to keep that for future, because this deck is pretty hard hitting. Rattleclaw Mystic could be good. It's a great little mana ramp card. Mana ramp is everything. Need some more removal in this deck for sure. See what we got for removal. Oh, you know what we could put in? Go for the throat. All right. Restoration Magic, Faceless Looting. Chaos Warp is a great one. We have a Farseek in here already. Yep. Just trying to see what else we could put in, guys. Not a Yawgmoth's Bargain. Not a Dockside. Jeweled Lotus could go. So I got a bunch of those. And it will be unbanned. Promise you that. The Notion Thief is always a must, and it's cheap. Eldrazi Monument would not hurt in this deck. Blasphemous Act would not hurt. Tinkers don't really go. Weapons go. Mizawas go. On point too. Kind of a ninja weapon. Oh yeah, Matt. Dark Confident is super unrated. Like, underrated, I mean. Like, it's a great card. Don't ever sleep on that. You know? I could use some more mana ramp cards, I'll tell you that. Alright, so let's look at the green cards, see what else we have, guys. Because I gotta see what we can include here. Maybe a Cultivate, maybe a Rampant Growth, right? All cards we could use. Do we have a Swiftfoot Boots in here? Did I put one in? Positive I did. Yep, I did. Okay. Brainstorm, Fatal Push. Fell the Profane. Soul Ring. Deadly Dispute. Always useful. Lightning Bolt, always useful. I'm looking for... I need more basic lands in this deck, to be honest with you. Harmonize? No. Yeah, we need more basics in this land, everybody. Because I do have a Farseek. Okay. We're gonna rework these lands a little bit, guys. So let's see what we could potentially take out. Okay. We'll put these here for now. Okay. Let's start working our land base and we'll add back. Essentially, this is a black deck, but you need all colors put together, all right? So, Abstergo Entertainment on point needs to stay. Undercity Sewers could get rid of. Clearwater Pathway going to keep it. The Grey Havens going to keep it. Waterlogged Grove going to keep it. Zeatora is going to keep it. Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth, super useful in a deck like this, going to keep it. Pathway, keep it. Pathway, keep it. Pathway, keep it. Pathway, keep it. Duel, keep it. Duel, keep it. Rogue's Passage, has to be there. Brotherhood Headquarters, Secret Tunnel, great for the deck. Sulphurous Springs, Caves of Koilos. Command Tower, obviously. But I wonder if I have a better command tower. Rafine's Tower. Jetmir's Garden. Going to keep that. Going to keep the Silent Clearing. I wish I had more Pain lands. Adakar Wastes. Fangorn Forest. Going to keep it. But I gotta add some basics to here, okay? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 lands so far. So let's add some more lands, guys. We're gonna add 3 swamps. Let me see if I have some swamps. By the way, thanks for keeping me company for Deck Tech. Ooh, nice Bloomburrow one. Baldur's Gate. Oh, that's a really cool one. So we're going to add swamps first. We're going to have 3 of them. I like more basics than not. Oh, here's a great one. That makes it easy. So let's add 3 swamps. Okay, here we go. We're gonna add these guys. By the way, how's everyone doing tonight? How do you like my Assassins build? Does anyone build Ezio before? I would love to hear your opinion on it as I build and just go live and do some deck tech. And by the way, I'm here to answer questions too. It is really, really hard to just chat, like to just talk. Well, no one's talking at me. So if you guys have some questions, I would love to hear them. How many lands we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 25 lands. We got to have 13 more. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So I wonder if I have another command tower, everybody. I don't know if I do. Special printing one. I do not. So that command tower works. Right. Undercity Sewers is a great card, but it I want to use it for like graveyard shenanigans, right? So I might take that out. Exotic Orchard should go. Okay. What's our mana looking like right now? This is what I love about Mox Field. It gives me a good breakdown, and I'm actually doing okay here. So let's go next one up. Let's go a couple of mountains, I think. See if I can find some fun mountains. Well, I know what I could add to this. Let's add a couple of greens. These are pretty. All right, forests. Might as well bling out my deck a little bit. Although, I'm taking the value down. I don't really need to do that. I can save those for other decks, right? So let's find some forests, guys. Or some islands. I also like to, you know, represent all the sets. Luris is a weird deck. I don't know if I want to build one. It's super powerful. I just don't know if it's necessarily my playstyle. Matt, what's your experience with it so far? Are you liking it? Not liking it? Where are you at with Luris? I know you said it's weird, but like, tell me the truth. Is it worth a build? That's what I want to know. I love these Final Fantasy lands, man. Ooh, islands, okay. Here we go, 2 islands. Let's add 2 islands to the mix, everybody. We're going to take out a Scrubland and a Badlands. Ooh. Just like that, the value is down to 1,076, guys. But again, these can go in other decks to help bump the value right up. That's what I'm trying to do here. So, we're going to add back 2 islands. These are Murders at Karlov Manor. Okay. Now we are going to add, I gotta take a couple of cards out because I gotta get my lands up, right? Matt says, as a commander, definitely if it's my playstyle, life drain cards and reanimation, probably not as a companion, but Sun Titan and Priest of Felrights go crazy in it. You are not wrong there. It actually is one of the more powerful commanders. You're not lying about that at all. That is a fact. All right, let's get rid of Timeless Lotus and Bawa. Take some mana value off this deck. Timeless Lotus I can use in another 5-color build. Bawa will go to the graveyard. And we gotta add, we added 2 islands, right? So now we gotta add probably 2 mountains, plains. What do you think? Let's see what we got here for mountains. I do have a lot of lands, but I try to add my fun ones, you know? Ooh. Here's some fun foil plains. I have a suspicion I have a lot of cool planes, so. I know what I'll do. I have these because I got to get the value good. Planes, okay, TDM. All right, there we go. These 2 planes, because I'm going to take out a Vampiric Tutor, maybe a Fierce Guardianship, so I do got to put the value back with lands, so that'll work. Okay, now 2 green ones. And I have these Venom lands. Cool. So let's remove... let's remove Olivia, Opulent Outlaw. Big casting cost there. Although with treasures, she could really go off. Let's hold off on that. Who else could we get rid of here? Let's get rid of Aya of Alexandria. Okay. And we're going to put in Forest. We're going to add one. We're going to take out everybody. I don't think I can make enough use of this Undercity Sewers. So we're going to remove that, put that in my special pile. Does anyone have any suggestions for my assassins, by the way? Anybody? Would love to hear it. So I have 2 forests, 2 plains, 2 islands, 2 swamps now. 3 swamps. Okay, now all I need is a couple mountains. And I prefer to have some nice foiled up fancy ones. See what I got. A couple more basics. Ooh, that's a pretty one. I don't mind that. It's not foil, but I like it. Ezio suggestions, please, everybody. Do I gotta say pretty, please? You guys are holding out on me. Ah, there we go. That works. I like when lands are the same. They're easy to enter. So now let's go mountain. MH3. So we got 2 mountains in here. We got to take out 2 lands. So let's... Path Ancestry, not going to take that out. Let's take out Copperline Gorge. Just randomly removing lands right now, everybody. What about a Bloodstained Mire? Yeah, probably a... Oh, wait. Could use that for the future. So the value is $1,006. That's about perfect right now. Probably with those Venom lands, it's closer to 1,050, okay? So there we go. How many lands do we have in this deck now? 38. We are perfect for lands. We got a Blood Crypt and a Blooming Marsh. Great. So you have all our lands, okay? Now the question is, what can we take out of here and what can we add for value? Matt Gill, that's okay. Check this out. Check out Ezio. Take a look. Menace, assassin spells you cast have free running. So if an assassin did damage and you pay 2 swamps, you can cast an assassin, which is good, which is why you gotta have a lot of swamp mana in here, which I do. Okay. Now the question is, what's our total mana value of the deck right now? 162. So this is working a lot better. So let's see what we can take out of here. I don't want to take out Vraska the Unseen. It's super cool. Maybe that, maybe that, maybe that, maybe that, maybe that, maybe. Let's keep the Chromatic Lantern. I know some people don't like it, but I don't care. See if I have anything worth a lot of money here. Could add some value back by replacing the Soul Ring. Maybe upgrade the Swiftfoot Boots. Okay, so the Soul Ring, we're going to switch the printing. Ooh, okay. That adds some value back. Currently we're at 1,016, but a couple of the cards aren't registering those nice fancy lands. For the Swiftfoot Boots, let's see if the printing I have is better. Nope. Okay. Coat of Arms is actually worth a pretty penny. I don't want to take that out, and it's useful in this type of deck. Okay, we'll keep that. Great. I think we'll keep the Demonic. I think we'll keep the Vampiric. Okay. Why not? Fierce Guardianship, such a good counter. It's going to reduce the value of the deck a lot, though. I wonder what extra cards I have that we could put in their place. Just basically look for stuff to use right now, guys. Oh, I get an idea. What did I say I was going to put in here? Umezawa's Jit, okay? And a Jeweled Lotus. So let's take out Fierce Guardianship is worth 49. Enlightened Tutors were 54. Take out the Enlightened Tutor. Good. Okay. Beautiful. Let's put in the Jeweled Lotus. Perfect. We are on point with our value, everybody. There we go. And the total mana value of the deck is 161. So we're improving. Now let's take out the Diabolic Intent We're going to put in the Umezawa's JIT. What version of that? Printing. Is that Ninja Star? Anyone know what set that is? Kamigawa? Yeah, Betrayers. Okay, cool. Okay, that works. Stybach Intense were 24 bucks. That'll actually work really well in another deck. Alright, so Umezawa's. There we go. Now let's take out Layla Hassan. Only worth 79 cents. Let's put in. Ooh, that Sonic Deadly Dispute is really cool. $3.99 for the foil version. Cool. Still holding in value, everybody. Removal. We need some removal. Ooh, go for the throat. Let's get rid of Olivia. Let's get rid of Angelo. What is Casualty 2? Does anybody know? Let's take a look. Casualty 2. Can anyone fill me in? Oh! You can copy a spell. So, you sacrifice a creature with power equal to or greater than the specified number. So in Hello, if I can get enough instants or sorceries in here, is actually super powerful. So we might keep him. Okay? But I do want to put this go with the throat, get the, the throat card in here. We could get rid of Hello actually. Although it's pretty cool and he's got Death Touch. Super hard to block. Guys, Olivia or Angelo, who goes? One of them's got to get cut. We're going to get rid of Sink Into Stupor. Put that in my special pile. We're going to put in removal. Go for the throat. Okay. Beauty. We're doing real good, everybody. Fellow Profane is a great card. The total mana value of the deck now is 158. Way better and way more faster moving, everybody. Fatal Push would be great. Okay, let's get rid of Angelo. It is an Assassin's deck, though. Let's get rid of Olivia. I hate to do that to you, Olivia. I'm sorry. We're going to go Fatal Push. Cool Spider-Man version. Okay. Cool. All right, everybody. We're crushing it right now. Got to keep Vraska. Got to keep in Hello. I'd like to get rid of Fierce Guardianship, but I just don't know for the value what I would put in its place. You know what I mean? Let me see if I have anything down here. Don't know if I do. Tiny Boat's Pickpocket would be cool, but not worth enough. Amulet of Vigor, not worth it. I can't do it. Chroma's Memorial. That actually would make it really hard to deal with. Does anyone know what that's worth? Stick a random Emrakul in here. That would work, right? Yeah. Maybe a Deadpool. Vibrio Elder for Mana Ramp would work. But again, I don't want to take out too much value. Jeweled Lotus, we already put that in. Wish I had a random extra mana crypt. Dockside would work, but not the same value as that. A Phyrexian Altar could do it, but I don't have enough to sacrifice in this deck. Okay. Running out of Jeweled Lotuses. I'm gonna have to order some tonight. All right, I think we're good. Like I think we'll just keep the Fierce Guardianship, unless there's something in here that I don't need. Check out these cards, guys. Redirect Lightning's really cool. The One Ring's really cool. I think we'll just keep Fierce Guardianship. It's my only 2 counters in the deck. Okay, so that's about $1,000. We're done with this. Awesome. And we stacked up my special stack of cards here. So there we go, guys. That's done. I'm pretty happy about that. Let me see here. Alright. I do have to adjust that one to my Muldrotha deck, but I have no clue what I'm going to take out of that. Let's see. Yeah, that deck's just worth a lot of money all around. Like the islands are really cool in it. I got a Morphic Pool. An Underground Mortuary, which I need in there. Underground River, which I need in there. A Hedge Mage, which I need in there. It does have an Intuition. Big dollar value for that. Works really good with Muldrotha. Yeah, my Muldrotha deck I can't really do much about right now. It's just worth a lot, and to rob from it does not make sense to me right now. So that one's going to stay as is. Cover of Darkness is going to be a really good build tonight, guys. So, yeah, we did pretty good. We did pretty good. Next up, we got to do my EDH deck and all these other ones. So here we are. So, what should I do next, everybody? Should we adjust decent? That's one of my B decks still. I can adjust that one. I got room for it. Right? My 10 A decks, we're gonna just like really bump the value of those right up through the roof. Really, really kit them out. Let's take a look at my Angel deck. $2,300. It's a really good deck. And it's crushing it. Wow. You could really bump that one up, I'll tell you. The possibilities, everybody. The possibilities. It's my Humans deck. Humans deck is crushing it too. Alright. Okay. I think we're doing pretty good, guys. I think that's good for tonight. I don't have the bandwidth, I don't think, to go through another deck. We actually crushed it. So, Assassins is done. There's another big deck. Tell you what. I appreciate you coming by tonight. A lot of silence, a lot of thinking, but honestly, I'd rather like do deck tech with you guys than do it by myself. It's way more fun. So, that's it. Thanks for another great live. Some pretty cool deck tech. Yeah, our decks are killing it. Got to decide whether or not I want to build Yan Yansen or what I'm going to do with the next kind of round of cards, but we will see. And really, really just get my other decks going. So, thank you guys for the support.